maybe almost 2 weeks ago now, video footage was released to CNN from the now closed Intercontinental Hotel. I do want to bring notice to this footage was released to CNN, a news organization that does not pay for footage and things of this nature. I think that that is something that is key when you are looking at where this video came from. We know it was mentioned in Cassie's original lawsuit that he paid $50,000 to obtain this footage. Now, we don't know if it was something that he was keeping in those safes that we saw open on the footage where the federal investigators went into his homes in Miami and Beverly Hills. We also don't know where the footage came from and how it ended up at CNN, as opposed to someone like TMZ, who usually gets the scoop on these type of stories. And we know TMZ does pay. So it makes you think whoever turned this footage over, and of course it came after Diddy's son, Christian King Combs, released the diss track aimed at 50 Cent, where he bragged about the feds hitting the wrong house and things of that nature. Why would you poke the bear? But at any rate, this footage has appeared. Now, we know Diddy also came out with an apology video afterwards that most feel was insincere. Some complained that he didn't say Cassie's name. It was later discussed that part of the settlement agreement was neither one of them would say the other's name publicly. We know back in 2022, Diddy, when he received that BET award, thanked Cassie for being seeing him through a very dark place. And he mentioned that again in this apology video. Tiffany Red, who has been very vocal, who said that she was with Cassie during some of those moments that were mentioned in the lawsuit, said that Diddy was full of stuff. She alluded to him hanging a woman over a balcony at Cassie's house one time that she personally witnessed. We know there are rumors that he also dangled Wale over an edge. And like I mentioned, this Rolling Stone article chronicles all of these early situations that are questionable. One thing that was brought up by a former Bad Boy executive was that following Biggie's death, there was an opportunity for a Rolling Stone cover piece on Bad Boy, but also on Diddy and potentially Biggie. And this executive said that they should put Biggie on the cover. And Diddy was like, no, his single album, No Way Out, was dropping in July, and he wanted to be on the cover. They also discussed, which has been discussed for years, that Tupac was not interested in a friendship with Diddy. Diddy sought Tupac out. He used to watch the video I Get Around over and over again, and he liked the way that Tupac brought the street side and the mainstream sort of vibe together and made it commercial, but still maintaining his essence. So he sought friendship out with Pac, but Pac thought he was a corny music executive and bonded more so with Biggie. And we know how all of that turned out. If you think about it, the Bad Boy Death Row beef was really more about Suge and Puff and not about Biggie and Tupac. But of course, Biggie and Tupac paid the price. It also discussed Diddy's time at Howard. We know he dropped out when he was a sophomore. It details an alleged incident that happened with a girlfriend at the time that was at Howard, where it alleged that he would go and tap on her dorm window and be intimidating. And one time he literally beat her with a belt in front of the dorm and people were trying to stop him. It talks about his relationship with Andre Harrell, when Andre Harrell distanced himself from him after the incident that happened with a celebrity basketball game at a community college where several people were killed because of, at that time, they blamed lack of security and over promotion from the event. We know Diddy obviously bounced back from that. It talked about one thing that it didn't do, and I should mention this because this is key. It was a very detailed, very good article, but there was no mention of Carisha in the piece. And there is one other person that there was no there was mention of Cassie, but and federal investigators have indicated to Rolling Stone and CNN that they have brought in some of the accusers in these lawsuits to question them. So there is still a possibility that a sex trafficking, perhaps some type of RICO charge, could be made following whatever evidence was gathered at the location, whatever information they are getting from these lawsuits. It is said that people are cooperating.